Hey everyone, I know this is a little bit different from my usual style of content, but I wanted to try out ASMR content just for one video at least, and if you guys enjoy it, I will keep making more of these. I decided to use a soft-spoken tone today. I could always try whispering if that sounds better. I would like you guys to give me your feedback, but from what I'm hearing, I'm really enjoying the soft-spoken, so just let me know in the comments below, and enjoy the video. Entry 1128, retrieved from the shelves marked Unlabeled Recollections. The page was torn, but the dream remained intact. Here is what was recorded. I woke up in a room that I didn't recognize. Not unusual for a dream, I know, but this room felt like it had intent, like it had been waiting. There were no windows and only one door. The walls were a soft gray, like clouded glass, and in the center of the room, a single chair facing me, empty. I blinked, and the room changed. Suddenly, it was my childhood bedroom. The posters on the wall, the uneven carpet, even the sound of the old ceiling fan clicking in the exact annoying rhythm. Click, 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 click. I reached out to touch the dresser, but before my fingers made contact, it changed again. Now I was standing in a train, but there was no motion. The passengers were all seated facing forward. Their faces were blank, not blurry, just missing, like someone had erased them clean. None of them looked at me, not even the conductor, not even when I whispered hello. Then I blinked, and the room was gone. I was now standing at the edge of a massive library, the kind that stretches so high you can't see the ceiling. The air smelled like dust and paper and something faintly floral, lavender maybe. A woman in a dark green cloak appeared beside me. She didn't speak, but she handed me a book. No title, just a cover the color of storm clouds. I opened it, and on the first page was a dream. My dream. The one I was in right now, word for word. Even this moment, me reading it, I turned the page. And there, on the second page, was a cafe. Suddenly the library dissolved, and I was sitting at a table, a warm mug in my hands, across from a stranger. But again, they first spoke. You've been here before. You just don't remember yet. Their voice was familiar, calm, the way your own voice sounds in an old voicemail. I asked them who they were. They smiled. Someone you haven't met yet, but you will. We're supposed to talk about something, remember? I didn't remember, but they did. They talked for a long time, telling me things I'd almost forgotten. The time I buried a notebook in the backyard, the dream I used to have about the moon turning red, the number I used to see everywhere, 333. I asked if this was still a dream. They looked around and said, "You're awake enough to ask, but not enough to understand the answer." And then they slid something across the table, a photo, black and white, of me as a child, standing in front of the very library I had just left. On the back was a single word, return. The room began to fade. I tried to hold on to the table, the mug, the stranger's voice, but it slipped away like mist in sunlight. I woke back up in the first room. Still no windows, still one door, still that chair. Only this time, the chair was no longer empty. End of entry 1128. Return it to the archive when ready. If you remember anything from the stream, write it down before it fades. And if you ever find a room with only one door, don't open it too quickly. It might be waiting for you. Thank you all for listening. It was a lot of fun reading off of this little short story. I might continue this. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you're enjoying these ASMR videos. If I find that a lot of people are, I'll continue making them. If not, I'll change it up. Next video will definitely be a change up from this one, but I'm not going to spoil it, so just wait for another week or so and that should be out. But yes, thank you so much for listening, and have a great day.